Rainy Tuesday, in a town that felt smaller than ever. My little bakery, my dream, had failed. The closed sign on the door felt like a personal judgment. I sat on a park bench, watching soggy leaves drift down, feeling just as lost. Then, old Mr. Henderson from the hardware store sat beside me, not saying a word, just handing me a warm coffee. He simply said, "Sun always comes out, Clara, always." The next morning, a little girl left a drawing on my shop window. A smiling sun over a cupcake. It wasn't a grand gesture, just small acts of kindness. That's when I realized failure isn't the end. It's just a rainy Tuesday. The sun will come out. Whatever clouds you're facing this week, remember to look for those little bits of sunshine. They're always there. Have a beautiful week. The old dirt road felt longer this year, each step heavier than the last. The crops had failed again, and the silence in our small village was deafening. Filled only with the worries we didn't speak aloud. I'd sit on my porch, watching the sun dip below the hills, feeling the weight of it all. It felt like the world was forgetting us. One evening, Mrs. Gable, whose smile lines have seen more seasons than I have, hobbled over with a small warm loaf of bread. "Not much," she said, "but it's better shared." That simple act, that small warmth in my hands, changed everything. I realized we weren't just a village of struggling farmers. We were a community of neighbors. We had each other. So, as you step into this week, remember that even when things feel heavy, a little kindness can make the world feel bright again. You've got this. In our little town, Mondays used to feel like the heaviest day, especially after my small bakery failed last year. I just walked past the empty shop, the windows gathering dust, feeling that same old sting of failure. But last Monday, something changed. Old Mr. Henderson, who I used to give free bread to, stopped me. He didn't say much, just handed me a small, hand-carved wooden bird. He said, "For all the kindness you showed me." Holding that little bird, I realized something. My bakery wasn't just about business. It was about connection, about small acts of kindness. I may have lost my shop, but I hadn't lost my purpose. So this week, remember that your worth isn't tied to your successes or failures. It's in the kindness you share. Let's make this week a good one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Fresh out of residency, I landed my dream job as a doctor in a small mountain town. I thought I was ready for anything. Then came Mrs. Gable. She was in her late 80s, sharp as a tack, but her heart was failing. I tried everything, every textbook procedure, every new treatment. Nothing worked. The day she passed, I felt like a total failure. I sat in my car, staring at the hospital, ready to just drive away and never come back. Just then, her son walked up and handed me a small knitted blanket. "She made this for you," he said. "She called you her sunshine, doctor, because you always made her smile, even on the tough days." Holding that blanket, I realized being a doctor wasn't just about curing. It was about caring. That simple act of kindness saved my career. So, as you start your week, remember that your effort, your kindness, it matters more than you know. Have a wonderful week. The city lights of Tokyo had faded from my memory, replaced by the quiet hum of this small seaside town. I came here after my big project failed, feeling like a ghost haunting my own life. Every morning, I'd walk along the shore, the gray sea matching my mood. One day, an old woman tending her small garden by the path called out to me. She didn't ask what was wrong. Instead, she handed me a perfectly ripe persimmon, its orange skin glowing like a tiny sun. She just smiled and said, "A little sweetness for your day." That simple act of kindness, that unexpected gift, it was like a crack of light in my gloomy world. It reminded me that even after the bitterest storms, sweetness can still be found, often in the smallest of gestures. So, as you start your week, remember to look for those little bits of sunshine. They are always there. Have a wonderful week. Last Friday, another business proposal got rejected. I was staring at the stack of bills on my kitchen table, wondering how I'd ever save enough for the wedding. My fiancée, Sarah, came in, not with pity, but with a simple thermos of coffee and 2 mugs. She sat down, poured a cup for me, and just held my hand. She didn't say a word about the money or the failed proposal. Instead, she started talking about our first date, that clumsy dance we shared at the town fair, and the silly dreams we used to have. Suddenly, the stack of bills didn't seem so tall. The rejection didn't sting as much. I realized success isn't just about the numbers in a bank account. It's about having someone to share the coffee with when things get tough. Whatever challenges you're facing this week, remember to look for the love right beside you. It's the realest success you'll ever find.